Wonder how receptive they would be to putting a sign there, home of the Kumeyaay Nation. You know, it's kind of nice to walk down here, and to know that our people traveled this waterway a long, long time ago. And to know we've been around here for 12,000 years or more. You know, it's in our history, you know, being our people coming down here, what they would do is they would, you know, get the grunion, the oysters, the clams, you know, all the shellfish, the fish, they'd salt it, they'd eat it, they would travel around in their tule boats, which were really stable. They were expert makers of those. And it's been a long time. And we almost lost everything at one time due to the colonization process. And we were very down on numbers of people at one time, and I'm a product of that myself right now. We don't need to see these kind of things happen. So as you can take a person, you can almost eliminate them, is the same as this waterway here too. You can take this waterway, and as the need for more land comes about in years to come, I'm sure that there will be somebody that will want to take this away eventually. And that's not right. I think, you know, the whole world is going this way. You know, it's all about money. It's all about land. And we should really think about these things because Mother Earth is so powerful. Mother Earth could take us out when she wants, and that's the truth. We could fall right into the ocean if Mother Earth doesn't like what we're doing. I was telling the young group of people that just happened to be here, which is so uncanny, but was telling them, us human people, we traveled from the ocean to the desert, down as far as Ensenada and San Quintin, up to the Mojaves where they are, in this whole territory, even as far out as the Salts, we're all human-speaking people, which is a huge, huge territory. So imagine 4,000 years ago, which is not very long ago, but, you know, all the humans coming and traveling back and forth and having celebrations and meeting one another, ceremony with one another, and keeping what they have alive is very important. It's a big area. I'm sure it took a while to travel back and forth, but that's what they did. And our people, from traveling back and forth and not eating to gorge themselves and ate with just what they needed, it wasn't uncommon for our people to live over 100 years old. Very common. And now we look at today, I think one of my uncles went through the graveyard and found out the average life expectancy of one of us was 54 years old. And that's not so natural. That's brought about by the reservation process, the commodity foods. Our people endured a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, and still endure that suffering today of post-traumatic stress and trauma. So it's a huge thing. Oh man, you know, I can't believe that we're trying to take out ethnic studies and leaving it as just an option for the high schoolers. You know, that's kind of evading the truth of yesterday for actually everyone, not just people of color, but in order for us to move forward is the human race, we all need to know these kind of things. We need to know what happened in history. We need to know the process and why it was. And just maybe we can get through this next 100 years or 200 years or 500 years to be better humans, to be able to learn from mistakes of the past and have a way better future. It'd be kind of nice if they had something like in memory of the Kumeyaay people that were here that got massacred near these waters. That would be a nice memory for them that lost their lives. There had to have been people when they were getting forced out. There had to be fighters, and there had to be people that got murdered. There had to be. But that's not in the books, because that's what they don't want you to know. It'd be very nice if we could talk with the people that caretake of this land and see if they're receptive in honoring the Kumeyaay Nation to give it its old name. And again, have our leaders come up with the name that suits it. You know, there has to be something that somebody knows. And history should be told, and history should be right. And history should be about everybody, and not just the ones who just moved on it.